She's been nominated this year for a Pushcart Prize and was a recipient of the Academy of American Poets College Prize. Sounds impressive. The Catalina Payas and Suamas, never mind, she won another award. She received an MFA from Hunter College, a fine college in this here city, where she now teaches undergraduate and works for the arts program. She is also the poetry editor of Chicken Scratch Lit, the first issue of which has been delayed, but will be released in the weeks ahead. She promises. www.chickenscratchlit.com. Jen Degregorio, everyone.
Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for having me to this wonderful reading series. So great to be here with fellow poets and fellows. So I really liked that short story, by the way. I'm teaching Frankenstein right now in class. Actually, I just finished, so that whole knowledge temptation thing is very much present in my mind. So, just wanted to point that out. Good story. Okay. All right, so I have some poems here that I'm going to read to you. I'm just going to get to it, especially because this first poem is called I Want to Tell You Something, which, it's a good introduction, right? Hey. So I want to tell you something that will make you see. Though you do not know me, though you have not met me, you will miss me when I tell you. You will go searching for me in your sleep, clutching at the ghost of my face as it fades into light. I want to tell you how it is, how it's been for me. By the window each morning, how I water my one flower with an eyedropper to get it just right. Not knowing even its name, its breed, and not giving one fig. My ignorance makes me love it all the more. This is how I want you to feel about me. When I tell you, I want you to hold me in your mind like you might hold a butterfly. Palm utterly open, afraid it may fly as soon as it lands. Though I promise you now, I will stay. For I have been swatted away like the bee, brainless and led by desire for sweetness. I have been snared there, my wings soaked through, eaten away by the terrible sugars. Oh, I am wingless. You will hear me only with an ear to the ground. Okay, this next one is called The Island. There are also wings in this poem. There are birds in this poem, so this one's for Matt Petronzio. Also, I have a bird poem in my purse that I'll show you later. Okay, it's called The Island. They call it Bird Island, a small patch of earth in the middle of a man-made lake, where during summer evenings doves gather in the few oaks. I come alone at dusk to see them congregate, their familiar chatter anchoring me to the night. Slowly, the moon reveals his cheek in the water, a brilliant white. Excited, one begins to prime her feathers. The fever spreads. Twitter in the trees rolling to a thunder as one by one the flock takes leave. Not toward the air, but toward the lake. They dive and hit the wet, flailing in the moon before emerging heavy-winged, hardly able to make the flight back to the trees, where they perch, quieted now. Thankfully, their brains are small. They'll not remember this mistake, or curse themselves for being so easily fooled. How I envy them as I walk home to you, probably still gone, working late. In puddles on the way, I catch my face, another trick of light winking off and on. Okay, this poem is called Baroque. Okay, broke, as in I am a writer and I am broke. Okay. Broke. I approach the ATM these days the way I did the altar, in need of saving, ashamed of what I'd done or wanted to, inside the stores of Bedford Avenue. Dress, it's true, I lusted after you, to cover what I've worn since birth. Only today, you're outdated. Time to box you with the rest in the basement. String of gray pearls, gold ring that in a month rubbed down to tin. Heels that made me bleed, yet tall and lean as if I'd fasted. Yes, I had my fun pursuing each, lost track of time. Whole days I'd dig through racks, sure I'd find my size among the fabrics. Perfect gown, slip of white so pure, my body might float. Okay, and this one is called High School Job. I was a bank teller when I was in high school, so now I'm remembering that. I just wrote about it, so it's called High School Job. The youngest bank teller in Maywood, I was, at sweet-cheeked 16. I can still remember that first day of work, how all the teller ladies, old enough to be my mom, everyone, glared as I walked in. Looking back, I see it clear. The curling ironed hair, low top scooped over new breasts, pants wiggled on, and the whole thing teetering atop 2 platform sandals. But I loved the feel of dollars in my hand, that pink goo I dipped my fingers in so they didn't stick together. Pride I felt as I dealt the bills out, sometimes holding on tight as I slipped the stack across the counter so the customer would have to pull. As if this wasn't theirs, was mine, my charity to give out. I'd let our fingers touch, a graze, or else I'd press down, dig in my nails. First I wanted to hear it. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Before I'd grin, let them leave. Breathing alone there after, I'd unroll the drawer beside me, filled always with cash, just to see it lying there, all spread out like a lawn, to inhale that peculiar smell I sometimes, even now, catch a whiff of, last night paying for drinks, but never as strong as it was then, so much of it all in one place, hidden away, perfuming its little cave until I let it out. This one is called Do-Over. Sometimes, the second after something nice has happened, a kiss, a cup of coffee, a song on the car radio I have to sing along to, I long for death. Once, after like a rolling stone, I let the steering wheel go. The car pulled right, hard, like it had somewhere to get to, only my driving was making it late. I nearly swiped a passing truck as blood flooded my heart, emptied my head of any thought I had to die. That rush. It struck me later as I lay beside you in bed how much fear can feel like love, and how strange it is to name such things as we do with children, our pets. The faintness of terms like regret. Like, how many times have I said, if only I'd known? And who doesn't swear she would have done something else instead? If in that moment she hadn't been possessed by whatever desire, flesh, death, that turned out to be what she didn't expect. Okay, I have two more. This one's called What This Is. This is not the Olympics. Never mind that I've given all of my childhood for it. Training, swallowing unpronounceable liquids. Nor is this the diplomatic corps, though I stand on this small island attempting negotiation. Martyrdom's more like it. Acceptance of pain as a cost that is worth it. Only hopeless of heaven, fearless of hell. This is not hell. Small pleasures surround me. Every weed wags its head as I pass through the yard. Spring has not stopped returning. Not yet. Scared off as I fear it will be every winter in this warming world. Worried leaves might recede into memory like the dodo, the Neanderthal. This isn't the world. Not the one I learned of. Lonely sphere that spins, cradled in darkness. But something stickier. A wad of chewing gum spit out by a god grown weary of chewing. Not enough flavor for her. Too much for me. That's why I'm fed modified crops, so I can hardly taste it. A dinner party, this is not. However awkward I feel at the table. There is no plate to pass, but what comes to pass. I wish medals were made for this. There'd be something to win. I wish rules had been written and read on a hill overlooking the city. That the signature was other than mine, the only name on this treaty. Okay, it's my last poem. It started out about being short. I'm 5'1". It's called The Shorter Daughter. I am much too short, and fear I am shrinking. My mother smoked cigarettes while pregnant with me. The Surgeon General warned her, so I blame her. For how small, how spineless I am. For my body alive in the world. Every touch of a stranger igniting my sex like one who's hysteric. If they knew, they might lock me up. So maybe, lucky for me, I'm too low for their notice. Escape neatly I do as I hurry among bodies, their heat in the city toward shops or the mailbox. Once I dreamed I stuffed it with letters handwritten to names I found in the phone book. The phone book I use as a stool. To reach cigarettes off the shelf, I tried to hide from myself, loath to follow one step in her footsteps. My belly grows full, but not with a child. I won't let a man plant his seed. I take pills that taste sweet, as what melts on my tongue is fear of what I'd give birth to. What if I wrote every word of this down, sent it off to a stranger? I picture him finding the letter, tearing into it with his teeth. Please, no, this fills me with horror. My body becoming so large with the human whose flaws will be mine, who will blame me for all that goes wrong, but provide no credit for all that goes right. Besides, my frame is far too petite to handle the weight of being somebody's mother. Thanks.